SpaceX is preparing for a crucial test of its enormous rocket, which is intended for both commercial launches and Mars missions. The company, founded and led by Elon Musk, is conducting the test at its facility near Brownsville, Texas, where it's preparing for the inaugural orbital flight of Starship, the towering rocket system that has been in development for years with the goal of launching it into deep space. The initial test mission is expected to last around 90 minutes and will begin with the ignition of 33 Raptor 2 engines on the ship's booster. At about 170 seconds into the flight, the booster and the spacecraft will separate. Then the booster will partially return and land about 20 miles offshore in the Gulf of Mexico. And after completing the orbit, the Starship, the spacecraft, will perform a deorbit burn, re-enter the atmosphere, and then perform a propulsive landing in the Pacific Ocean, about 60 miles northeast of Kauai. The exact date of the flight is uncertain, as previous estimates have not been met, including an estimate last year from Elon Musk, and around September said they were going to be launching in 2021. Some officials at NASA, which has a contract for a version of Starship, had previously indicated that the mission could take place in early December of 2022. But Musk has stated that getting Starship into orbit is one of his main objectives, but he has also acknowledged that the rocket system is consuming significant resources and facing other significant technical challenges. And even though SpaceX seems poised for an orbital flight test of Starship early next year, there are still a lot of steps that they need to do in order for that to take place. The orbital launch mount has been taking a beating from the continuous Raptor 2 static fires that the booster has been inflicting upon it. Now, SpaceX has been reinforcing the orbital launch mount after every test, but there's concrete at the bottom of the mount that keeps getting destroyed every time this thing fires up. And every time it gets destroyed, SpaceX fixes it. They pour a new concrete underneath the launch mount. But what happens when it gets destroyed is that shrapnel flies everywhere. The concrete is shooting everywhere. So could this be a problem for the Raptor 2 engines and the underside of the booster? And is SpaceX trying to mitigate this with anything that they're building under the booster right now? The cladding on the orbital launch mount seems to be deflecting a little bit of it, but also it's trying to protect the mount itself and anything that shoots up into the booster from this launch, which it probably is going to get incinerated by the heat of the Raptor 2 engines. So it's not very likely that any of this is going to hit the booster itself, but it is possible that there's a very slim chance that this could happen. Elon Musk said that they want to send Booster 7 and Ship 24 for the orbital flight test, but they've been testing Booster 9 recently, and Booster 7 has been back in the bay, getting some refurbishments, getting some work done to it. We're not exactly sure what's going on in there. Could that be the damage to the booster? Could one of the Raptor engines have been damaged? Could they be swapping out engines? And while they're doing checks on Booster 7, Booster 9 is down at the pad doing cryogenic testing and pressure testing. So they could just be killing two birds with one stone while they're refurbishing Booster 7, checking out all of its systems before it actually does the orbital flight test. Now it's your turn. I want to know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to tell me what you think is going to happen to Booster 7. Do you think it's going to fly? Or do you think they're going to skip ahead to Booster 9? Maybe something went wrong with Booster 7. We're not sure. SpaceX hasn't said anything. Elon hasn't said anything, or Gwynn Shotwell hasn't said anything either. So let me know in the comments down below. And Ship 24 successfully did a static fire recently, but this is an important time for the whole structure of the Starship program. Now, going forward, they're gunning for the HLS landing with the Artemis 3 mission. And this is an important mission, not just for the first Artemis mission that they're going to be working on, but also continuous Artemis missions in the future. Now, this is one of those things. NASA hasn't been back, humans haven't been back to the moon in half a century. In 50 years, over 50 years, people haven't been back to the surface of the moon. So SpaceX and NASA are working together to get this accomplished again. And if you're SpaceX, you want to nail this. Elon has said there's a slight possibility that the ship won't even leave the launch pad. Now, if that were to take place, it could set back the whole program months, possibly years. And they will be staying in Brownsville Texas for the duration of these test flights until they're certain that they can launch from Kennedy Space Center in Florida and they're not going to do any damage to the property there or to the personnel. If you like spaceflight, NASA, and SpaceX, please take a second and like this video and also hit the subscribe button. Now that's going to help me out a little bit because I'll get a new subscriber, which is great. But it's going to help you out even more because YouTube is going to put you in the algorithm and they're going to start showing you more spaceflight content from different creators, not just me. So take a second, hit the like button and the subscribe button. And just recently, NASA's administrator, Bill Nelson, had doubts about Elon Musk's ability to keep SpaceX on the track of the HLS launches. Everything that's going on Twitter, there's a bunch of drama going on. And he asked Gwynn Shotwell, who's the COO, and also she runs the SpaceX Starship program down at Starbase. He asked her, what's going on with Elon? Can we still rely on you? Gwynn said, of course you can. We've been doing business with NASA for about 10 years. The Falcon 9 rocket works great. We're sending people, shepherding people up to the International Space Station on a regular basis now with the Falcon 9 and the Crew Dragon capsule. So, of course, you can trust us with the Starship program and the human landing system approach to the lunar lander. So, Gwynn reaffirming Bill Nelson that everything is going to be okay. And what we see down at Starbase, it looks like everything is on track. And it looks like Booster 7 is just in the bay to do some final checkups before the flight of the Booster 7 and Ship 24 combo, the 24/7 combo, in the first orbital flight test. But we've seen Elon Musk and SpaceX do this before with the 420 configuration of Starship and Booster. That's Ship 20 and Booster 4. Now, there were some FAA things in the play here back last September of 2021 when I was down at Starbase for about 10 months covering them on the side of Highway 4. So we thought Ship 20 and Booster 4, okay, I had to make sure that was right, were going to the orbital flight test. We were going to go to orbit. But that didn't happen due to some FAA regulations that they had to figure out. But also, were they ready for a flight? No one's really sure. No one really came out so far and said, hey, 420 wasn't quite ready. They were getting it ready, and it was a test article. So they may have found something with the ship and the booster that just didn't look right. And that's why they moved forward up to Booster 7, up to Booster 8. Oh, wait, they skipped Booster 8 and now they're working on Booster 9. So maybe they found something with Booster 7 that wasn't quite right. Think about that. Of course, that's about the comments down below. Let me know what you think. But also, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you. And happy holidays, everybody. I appreciate all of your support throughout all this time. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers because of you. All your hard work, all your determination, everybody out there that's been supporting me since day one. I love you. I thank you so much for this opportunity to voice everything that I know and everything that I've learned about SpaceX and about NASA and about spaceflight through these 3 or 4 years that we've been doing this. February 14th is the anniversary of the show. So please take a second, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. And also there's a Discord link down below if you want to join our little community over there. It's really fun. It's really cool. Also have, some other stuff going on Twitter at Space News Pod. So we also have an audio podcast if you want to just listen to the show. You don't have to watch it on YouTube. You can just listen to it in your podcast platform. So thanks, everybody. There's a link over there too. Have you seen that thing yet? There's probably a link over there by now where you can see the whole Artemis playlist that I have for the Artemis 1 launch. That's it. Take care, everybody. Have a great New Year. Have a great holiday. I'll see you next time.